dangerous. Never approach or feed. That's a family joke. The ranger said something different to me. It's a small geyser. Come on, do it again, Mugwell. Do it again, do it again, do it again. Wow, that's the first time I've seen it this year. Okay, I'm going to tell you some stuff. If I'm going too fast, just ask me as you exit the bus, and I'll repeat it.
Oh, really?
Actually, please keep your eyes open on the brown area ahead of us. Keep your peripheral vision open. Something may spout into the air while we are here. As you go into the main lobby of the Old Faithful Inn, immediately to your right is the gift shop. Immediately after that, on the right, are the bathrooms. And immediately after that, on the right, is the Bear Paw Deli. The only reason I'm not talking about the dining room is because it does not open until 11:30. And you're not going to get out of there for an hour and a half minimum. So I'm going to have you have a less elaborate lunch so we can see more of Yellowstone. As we round the corner, directly ahead of us is Old Faithful Geyser. Remember, if you want to eat lunch, head on out there by 12 o'clock at the latest, and I'll be saving you seats. If you want to get a sack lunch and bring it on board the bus and eat it as we roll later on, well, that works too. But I'm going to save you seats, and I'm going to recommend you eat it while you're waiting for the eruption. And again, I'm bringing out potato chips and cans of soda pop. That's Old Faithful dead ahead. I'll tell you about what you're seeing as we get closer to the eruption. This is a guided tour of the inn going on. That is a woman who wrote the book on the architect. I'm going to come up to this curb after the eruption. Now, if I come up at 12:20 and my geyser hasn't gone off yet, please don't freak. Enjoy the eruption. But after it goes, 1 minute after it starts, 2 minutes after it starts, go to the bathroom. My secret toilets are right there behind the stone column. They're not as big as the big toilets, but the crowds don't know about them. What I'm going to ask you to do is have a lunch, enjoy the eruption, get a souvenir. Well, get the souvenir first, and then go to the bathroom. I'll be right here at 12:20, 12:25, and we'll be on our way. I'm going to go save some seats and then repark the bus, and then I'll be right back, okay?
Hey Jeff, we could get two of those things for
$2 for a bottle.
right? We could get two of those to not. It used to be like you were rich and you had baby on, and that was it. Like we didn't drink bottles of water. Take your sweatshirt off. Doesn't matter.
This is the Old Faithful Inn.
I'm not hearing from Katie. She's working. Yeah. I did not hit you that hard.
And we're staying in an RV park in West Yellowstone. And I was sitting at the stoplight, and then the tow vehicle, this guy's walking out. That's hilarious. He came right over, and I shook his hand. I said, these guys. Yeah. Name's George.
Park is just smoldering. I mean, there's Old Faithful waiting for it to erupt. As you can see here, there's more geysers throughout. Right here. To the left. And there's more right there.
In that building. No, I meant that
Over there, there's a lot of smoke. That is a lot of smoke right there. It's just a beautiful landscape, a geological wonder of the world. To see everything like this, there's hills, trees. It's beautiful. Right below me, there's a stream right here.
That's the morning waterfall. That's in the one. We should probably drive to that, because that's going to be a couple miles down the road. Yeah. That's the one where the guy jumped in. Yeah, and they didn't find him.
And to the right of Old Faithful, there's a small geyser right there. Maybe that's little Old Faithful. Old Faithful's little brother. Maybe.
That's all.
What, 17 after?
You almost left. Right out wow. No, it wasn't anything.
PCR is only one application, but in layman's terms, forensic detective work is only one application. In layman's terms, PCR is cloning of any biological material. Because instead of only one test you can make, user basin, the spring is called the Grand Prismatic Spring, and I usually pride myself on including it in the tour, but I have to get here before 11 o'clock to make it work. I think you're going to see what I'm mile in to walk a half mile around the loop and a half mile back. I wouldn't do that to you folks. Matter of fact, I'm not allowed to lead hikes greater than a half mile. Coming up ahead of us on the left, you're going to see 4,050 gallons of hot water a minute, every day, all year round, flowing into the river. And the thermophiles, get your cameras ready, yellow and orange, brilliantly line the size of these hot waterfalls at 11:30. Where's all the water coming from? It would make sense if there were mountains right around us. It's all coming from the Continental Divide. Just amazing. Going to 10 o'clock. As cool as this place, not allowed to pull over here. Isn't that wild?
Yes.
We're going to see more yellow and orange. If I ever...
So that's all it does? It doesn't get bigger or smaller?
Well, like, see if you look over to the left, yeah, like the pink, the real dark pink over to the left is real thick. Like this one, if we get more rain, these could become more active. As it dries out, it'll just be that center. And eventually, you know, it could dry out and just be that real thick mud.
And you wouldn't see the gases escaping through the bubbles, but they'd still just be coming out.
Yeah, and that's what the bubbles are. The bubbles aren't necessarily boiling water. It's more of that gases escaping.
Really hot, I guess.
Is this another one?
Iya, nanti ada di. Ada di jiwanya tu. Ada jiwanya. Dengan dia jiwa ini mulu ya. Ini lagi dia.
Leather. How has no one read that it's leather yet? Okay, maybe we'll see. Yes, yes.
It makes me nervous.
Hey, just walk the mountain for a little bit. Go see that geyser up there. Check out that geyser.
Seconds. Actually, that was about 50 seconds. Normally it lasts a solid 60. Wasn't that fun? Yeah. So right now there are 2 geysers, 3, 4, and one behind. 5 geysers going off at the same time. Some of them are small. Let's come on down. There's that hole is a geyser. When it starts going, it's like water spattering in a frying pan. So it's called the sizzler. Oh! I thought it stopped.
Sidekick
That's the
geyser.
signal that we're building up towards the big climax. Every 4.5 hours, plus or minus, fountain goes for 30 minutes, 20 feet wide. So you can, there's a brochure down there for $1. You can read up on this stuff. But even better, if you have the time and the curiosity, I don't blame them. Hydra, water? No, it's not a Latin word, it's a Greek word. Water thief. They thought it meant water clog. I can't help it. It turns out it used to go every 3 minutes like clockwork, 40 feet high, to the earthquake of 59. Now $1 self-guided brochure down there. I always wonder how families decide where to stop. There's so many choices. But this is the but you all are with me. And I'm crazy. You can count on for now. Maybe an earthquake next year, all bets are off. Anyway, because we have a little leisure, it was good to wait for it to start up again. I predict that a half hour from now, maybe 22 minutes, and then we'll take another break. And then 15 or 30 minutes after that, another break. And then the rise of energy in the system will make that fill and go. We'll make that go more. Here comes Jet. Watch, here comes Jet. And this whole fill up and go, and it goes around and around and around like the seasons, but 4 to 5 times a day. Isn't that cool?
That is very cool.
So
I'm glad you think so.
There must be a very complicated plumbing system under this area.
Unlike Old Faithful, which stands alone, that's why it's so predictable. Everything here is interrelated.
Yeah.
So it is a joy to be able to see the family.
I've worked on plumbing, so I'm wondering what's actually going on under here. You know, all the movements of water and the heat combining with it to form.
Absolutely. The lava is 3 to 5 miles down. This is an oversimplified illustration.
Yeah, yeah.
But you get the idea.
These are the conduits. All the areas opening up.
You got it.
That's incredible stuff.
Right behind me. They have multiple chambers to the stomachs, just like domestic cattle do. He's processing his lunch.
Really steep. Yellowstone Grand Canyon. Rainbow.
Waterfall from the other side of the block. Step up.
How did you cross from here to there?
It's probably cold water. But it looks very, very, very foamy. Lots of bubbles.
One second.
Go pirate. Pirate. I grew up around that. Well, I'm in Rex territory now, but I've kept my Steelers. Anyone?
winter, and the rangers are okay with that because it calms the herd. They're doing great.
One on the right.
Yeah, he's real close on the right. Nice goatee, dude. Wow.
Did you get it?
Far away. Just to cut it up. You gotta stand this here. Yeah. So we pick this up at 7:30. It's 6:30.
Lake Yellowstone. You can see the mountains in the background.
And we were alone. It was wonderful because you pack a couple dozen people on an area 15 by 35 feet and there goes the solitude. But it was a joy to watch the sun rise as we gained elevation. This road has a slower speed limit. The word on the street is that it's slower than the outer road, but because this road is a few miles, this road sometimes people miss because have you noticed in the national parks there's no road highway number signs? They do it on purpose. I used to work in the visitor center in Jackson for 11 years. People come down and say, we just got in Yellowstone, where are the Tetons? I said, didn't you see those big gray mountains to your right? They said, no, we mean the close-up approach, Jenny Lake, the cathedral group. I say, you missed a Jackson Lake Junction. Little brown signs say this place or that place. Take them seriously. You don't have to turn where they say these things are. It's a free country. But equally easy to miss is the North Jenny Lake Junction. South Jenny Lake is 20 miles from Jackson. It's really famous because that's where you take the boat across from to see Hidden Falls. It is a half-mile hike up 200 feet from the far shore of the lake. Because of that, the access road to Jenny Lake is every bit as jam-packed as, well, some of the roads we saw today. Actually, it's worse. I saw about 200 cars that didn't make it into the parking lot yesterday afternoon. Here is the North Jenny Lake Junction, 23 miles from Jackson. If you turn here, it's a better view of the lake than if you go to South Jenny Lake. The difference is there's no boat. A mile down that road, there's a turnout called Cathedral Group, where there's a quote by one of the first Teton Rangers. Norwegian name, Dr. Fridtjof Fritzl. He was a geologist. He said regarding that jagged pyramid at 1230, he said that's called the cathedral because more evident here than in many of the stone architecture of Europe is the Gothic note. He is seen in the profiles of countless spruces and firs, congregated like worshippers on the lower slopes. It reappears the converging line of spire rising above spire, and attains supreme expression in the figures of the peaks themselves, which, with pointed summits towering above all else, direct one's vision and thoughts yet higher. You know why I like that quote so much? He's gushing. He's demonstrating how these mountains move you viscerally. They make a deep impact. Now, he wasn't content to look at crystals under a microscope. He was a muscular geologist. He climbed all these mountains. He physically embraced the stuff of his profession. So my hat's off to Dr. Fritzl. The Grand Teton is 13,775 feet above sea level. Your blue map says 770. The U.S. Geodetic Survey gave all these mountains 5 extra feet 4 years ago. They recalibrated sea level. I don't know how the heck you do that, but the Park Service saved a whole bunch of money by not having to reprint their maps, by saying, well, we didn't do the study, so they rejected the 5 extra feet. But my point is, whether 13,770 or 13,775, that doesn't sound that tall, does it? When you consider the Colorado to our south has 54 mountains higher than 14,000 feet. Why are these mountains so famous if they aren't even all that big? Well, I'm going to tell you. Colorado has a geologic head start. It's been pushed up from beneath, so the mountain bases are higher than we are here. That's why they have a longer ski season down there. Bottom to top, these are bigger. I spent a night on top of, oh boy, what's his name? Towering above Leadville, Colorado, the tallest mountain in the Colorado Rockies, Mount... it's slipping my mind. I've climbed Long's Peak and Pike's Peak too. My brain has slipped. I've forgotten the name of Colorado's highest mountain. From parking lot to summit is 5,100 feet. From the parking lot to the top of the Grand Teton is 7,012 feet. That's the same as 5 2/3 Empire State Buildings. And it doesn't like that. Without any foothills, if you're on top of the Grand Teton, you're looking down on the roof of your car in a straight line 3 1/8 mile away. You have the illusion that if you had one of those flying suits, you could just launch yourself and save a whole bunch of work coming down. We think this immediacy of the Tetons, as well as their jagged youthfulness, is why Theodore Roosevelt said these are what mountains are supposed to look like. I'm amazed I forgot the name of Colorado's highest point. Leadville, of course, is where the unsinkable Molly Brown began. Here is South Jenny Lake, and if you were to take the other road that came back to this one a half mile behind us, and if you do it early enough in the morning, don't expect to see this if you wait till after 9 o'clock. Where'd my picture go? Gets the reflection. That's right over there at the base of the canyon. Coming up to the road that goes to the Lupin Meadows parking lot where you park if you want to climb the Grand. Or if you just want to hike up the canyons or along the base of the mountains. Right underneath the east face of Teton. Lupin Meadows. Had to, because warning was spread, but they were trying to save belongings. I think I said earlier, the Earth is alive. It is so recent. Well, I can see the houses on Craighead Road. Had remnants of the ghost town that was called Grovant, Wyoming, 1896. Very picturesque barns to photograph with the Tetons on the horizon. That's part of the Teton tour for sure, too.